Hey y'all, I got my sissy here with me.
I had to be here.
Susan Green, Bubbles. Most of y'all know her as Bubbles, and I would like to hope that everybody during their lifetime would have one friendship, one friend that will be there for you no matter what, and that you'll be there for them no matter what. That you can trust with your life, and they can know all your secrets and they still love you. And that, I feel like that's the kind of friendship that we have. I'll tell you this, you know, Susan is from Albany, from my hometown, y'all. And we had not met, but you know, everybody knew of somebody in Albany. It was like, when I was in high school, I think it was population of 70,000, and I don't think it's grown any.
It's a little over 100 now.
Oh, it is?
But not busting at the seams.
Yeah, Albany didn't really blossom real big.
No.
But, so we moved to Savannah in 1987, and I got a phone call one day from Susan Williams, she was, at the time.
Yep.
She was married to someone else, and her stepdaughter was going to be attending SCAD. And Susan knew that I lived here, and she called me and she said, listen, I just would feel better if I could give Slade your phone number just in case she had an emergency and needed somebody immediately. And like I said, Susan and I had never met, but
through Margaret Joe,
yeah,
our good friend.
Yeah, Margaret Joe Hogg was a teacher at Albany High, and Margaret Joe had such a wonderful, close relationship with many of the girls.
Oh, yeah.
And Susan was one of them that was exceptionally close to Margaret Joe. So Susan had come over to help Slade unpack and get settled, and she came to my house to see where I was and yada yada yada. And I told her that I wanted to make some changes in my life, and I have been dreaming about starting this little business. And I think when we first met, I had not started it. Yeah. I started the Bag Lady, ran my first route June the 19th, 1989. And so I shared my dreams with Susan, and oh my gosh, actually I think I was doing the Bag Lady.
You had just started, but
because
not really into
when
it.
did Margaret Joe bring me a grill?
On one of our trips down here.
Yes, but what night?
Slade graduated in May of '89, so you had just gotten into it.
Okay, yeah.
You were just starting,
Yeah,
and you said something about, I wish I had a grill, and she said,
Yes.
got one.
Yes, Margaret Joe's mother and father were in the restaurant business there in Albany, the Oglethorpe Motel, and the restaurant. I can't
It
remember.
was just the Oglethorpe.
The Oglethorpe
Everybody
restaurant.
ate lunch,
Yeah.
and breakfast, lunch, and dinner there.
Well, I had made the comment I sure did need a grill, and Margaret Joe said, well, I have one. Well, she and Susan loaded up that commercial grill that was in the Oglethorpe restaurant's kitchen, and they brought it over here to me. And I put it in the Best Western.
Yep,
Remember?
Sure did.
But Susan saw what a desperate situation I was in. And she would just come over and help me.
It was more fun though.
I remember one day, you know, because I had to send my boys out to sell, and then I had to take that money and then go to the grocery store and buy the groceries for the next day. I mean, I was that tight. The shoestring was so tight. But Susan would come over, and she would go to the store and buy my groceries. So yes, I remember this girl coming over here, y'all, and she's always been there for whoever that needs help. She's an amazing woman. She was meant to be people's like secret angels. I don't know how to say it, but she takes care of a lot of people. In fact, she lives right around the corner from my Aunt Peggy there in Albany. And as I've told y'all, Aunt Peggy is here. I'm hiding her away from the epidemic that hit Albany.
I know.
But Susan just lives right around the corner, so she takes in and looks after my Aunt Peggy.
We have Meals on Wheels.
Yes. And then Susan's mother is 96 years old and lives with Susan and Phil. And
that's why I enjoy coming
So-
to visit.
I know,
Not
get you
because
a little
not
break.
because of my mother. I just enjoy
I know, it
getting
gets you a
away.
break.
Yes.
But Margaret Jo has since, in the past 10 years, been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
It's
And
awful.
Susan has taken care of that woman like she was her sister.
Like she loved
In
my
fact,
mother.
Susan, Margaret Jo came from a very comfortable financial family, and she had lost her brother, so she was the only one left in her family. And Susan has seen to it that Margaret Jo, oh, and listen to this. So everything that Margaret Jo had is being left to Susan. So you'd think, oh gosh, most people would be so excited, right? They're going to get a big inheritance.
A lot of people ask me, why are you doing what you're doing?
I know that they are judging you by what they would do.
Well, I told somebody the other day, if you've never lived or cared for anybody with Alzheimer's, the caregiver needs time out. And Margaret Jo went to a facility for 3 years that gave me from 9 to 3 every day. And she was looked after. She had a meal, they played games. I mean, you know, I mean, it's a horrible disease. And the building that they were going to was destroyed in one of our storms. And I thought, we had 25 people. They
had no place to go.
They don't know, but their caregivers are calling us saying, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I mean, I've got my mama, I've got my aunt, I've got my sister. I mean, you don't realize what a blessing a time out situation is until you've used
Yes,
it.
and see, I can't imagine. I have experienced, my latest experience was losing my precious baby brother.
But you cared for him.
It was so hard. Oh yes, I cared for him. But you know, he had his mind. And I have I've never experienced, I've never known anybody personally that had Alzheimer's. So I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Sad disease.
But because Margaret Jo was very well healed in the money department, Susan has decided to take Margaret Jo's money and build this wonderful facility.
We were moving, in the process of moving, and when the storm took the building, we had to go to the church and say, please, would you let us take a Sunday school room or something? Because, I mean, you can't just dump these people on the street. And I woke up one night and I said, Phil, we are going to have to break the trust and use Margaret Jo's money. We're going to build a building. And he said, can't be done. Cannot be done. I said, why? We don't need it. We don't. Why? He said, Susan, legally it cannot be done. Well, I was told by my lawyer legally it could not be done too. But I went downtown to our friend, the probate judge, Nancy Stevenson, that has just since died. If it had not been for
She
Nancy.
did pass away.
She did. And it was not from the virus, but she had some heart issues. But anyway, I went in there and she said, what you need? I said, I need to break a trust. How do I do it? She said, I told her why. I want to spend that money and build a building. Brand spanking new. She said, come back in 30 minutes. I got back my papers and she said, these are for Phil to sign. Margaret Jo could not sign. So anyway, I said, Phil, you got to come to the probate office in about 30 minutes. He said, I'll be there. And I said, what is it? She said, done. Let's break ground. So,
Now this was money that Susan was to receive at Margaret Jo's death. And I know some people may think, well, she's doing it to get Margaret Jo's money. She is not. Susan doesn't need anybody else's money. She's got plenty of her own.
I mean, it was just...
You know, we've been blessed. We have been blessed.
We have been blessed.
But, so she got that trust broken and took that money and have built...
it'll be open in July.
A wonderful facility. And the name of it is...
It's Margaret Jo Hogg Alzheimer's Outreach Center.
I mean, if Margaret Jo...
If she was in her right mind, she would do it.
In her right mind. Oh, yes, she would have done it. She would have done it. So, a selfless person is incredible to find.
You're sweet.
No,
you are too.
I'm honest. I'm honest.
Well, you're honest.
But, so there you go. There's some of our history
the
together.
Stories that it came out when people found out that we were doing this building for her. Old students have sent large checks.
Have they?
I want to do the kitchen. I want to do the garden.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
And things that she did for them that we never knew. So it has just been amazing.
So you got enough money? Is the building going to be paid for now?
The building is paid for. We did a campaign for the furnishings. But the building is beautiful. Mac Wakeford drew the plans.
Yes, Mac and I graduated together.
Oh, did you?
Yes, he and his wife, Karen. Class of 65. Toot, toot.
Well,
Susan's 5 years younger than me.
But he did a phenomenal job. I mean, and we thought...
Good.
We really were thinking this would be 2 years down the road. And I said, we got to speed this thing up. I mean, these people are at home. I mean, they've got to have some relief. So. It's
just been wonderful for me to watch. And I was so fortunate that Susan came into my life on a consistent basis. So,
ever since.
Yep. It's been, what? This is 2020? And that was 1989.
Bill and I've been married for 20 years.
Get the hell out of here. 20 years. Susan had been married twice before. She kissed a couple of frogs, y'all.
Toads.
She kissed a couple of frogs, but by
I
golly,
found the prince.
Yes, she did. She found a prince.
I sure did.
She was
saved the best for last.
She was the first one to get there with that casserole. After Phil's wife, God love her, passed away, Susan was the first one there saying, I hope that you're doing all right, and here's your wonderful, yummy casserole. I kid her all the time about it. Well, we're going to start making...
key lime pie?
Yeah. We're going to make a key lime pie.
I bought these so many
Uncle
times.
Bubba's key lime pie.
I can't tell you how many I took back to my daddy.
What's that?
So, key lime pie.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break and get our thoughts back together, y'all.
Got it.
Then we're going to start on this cheer pie. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.